What's up, guys? My name is Matthew Cruz, and today we're going to be talking about the PS3 system. This is the basic skill when it comes to building a team. There are so many different skills out there that you may need to learn later on: how to present, how to close, how to launch, and all these different things. But can I tell you the truth? The truth is, when I got started in this industry and created a full-time income and became financially free, the first thing that I mastered was the PS3 system. I mastered it myself, and then I taught it to my team. And now I want to share this information with every single one of you guys. Let me share my screen. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. And so I live and die by this system when it comes to building a team. And so simplicity is the key. If you want to build a big business to the hundreds, to the thousands of people, you have to have a simple system, something that anybody can do. It's not about what works for one person, it's about what duplicates and what everybody can do in this business. And so PS3 stands for peaking interest, showing the plan, and three-way. We're going to dive into it in a second, but before that, the first step is making a list. You have your warm market, people that you know, your cold market, people that you don't know, and your hot market. This is where the money is really made, is in other people's warm markets. But what you want to start first is with your warm market, because people only want to do business with people that they know, people that they like, and people that they trust. So if you're brand new on the call right here, right now, I would spend 99% of my time with my warm market. And so usually to expand a business, you need more money to expand the traditional business. But the beautiful part about this industry is that if you want to expand your business here, it's all you need to grow a bigger business is more people. So that's why we're going to make a list. And the only rule to this list is don't prejudge. Some of the people that you think will do this won't, and some of the people that you think won't do this will. I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I'm telling you guys, the one thing that I know is you do not want to prejudge. And so they say your average 18-year-old knows 1,000 people by facial recognition. And so what I would suggest, if you're brand new right here, right now, is 100 names and numbers on a piece of paper. Don't worry about what you're going to do with it right now. I'll break down the numbers later on. But if you have an opportunity and if you have something that you truly believe in, I would say, hey, write down 100 names and numbers on a piece of paper. It's very important to understand, before we dive into the PS3 system, the law of the averages. When you do something long enough, a ratio will start to appear. I've noticed that, and here's the thing, I want to underpromise and overdeliver with you guys, okay? I've noticed with the warm market, roughly about 25% of the individuals that see an entire presentation are going to want to join. And so if 25% that see a presentation join, at the end of the day, the question becomes, how many people can we get to see a full presentation? Some will, some won't. So what? I want you guys to understand that we are in the sorting game. We're not here to convince anybody to do anything that they don't want to do. If we have to convince someone to want time freedom, to want to make more money, then there's something wrong with that situation. One second. Sorry, guys, got some water on the laptop, but we're good. So 10% of people are red apples. What that means is they're going to want to get started on the spot. The information makes so much sense. They're going to literally get started right after they see a presentation. Now, 80% of people are green apples. They're going to need some time to make a decision, right? They're going to need to think about it. They're going to need multiple exposures. They're going to need to see the presentations multiple different times in different ways, maybe hear different testimonies before they get started. So that would be my best suggestion, is to get them to a different exposure. If you brought them to a big event, maybe have them sit down with the leader and you one-on-one. If you did a three-way call, maybe you get them to a big event, and you want to do that with speed, ASAP. Now, 10% of people are brown, rotten apples. They are going to be so negative that not only do they not want to do this, but they're going to try to convince you not to do this as well. And so the hardest part about this entire thing, it's not hard physically, it's hard mentally. It's just not caring about what other people think, because some of the people who are those brown, rotten apples might be your closest friends and closest family, and that's okay, because some will, some won't. So what? You just want to move on to the next and sort. Now, let's dive into PS3. So what is piquing interest? That is a great question. So when you're piquing interest, your goal is to do three things. Number one, see if someone's open to opportunity. If someone's closed off to opportunity, then you're wasting their time and your time. Then you want to create curiosity, right? You want people to be wondering what it is that you're doing. And then you're going to want to be the preview to the movie. You only want to give people breadcrumbs. You never want to say too much. What happens is it's impossible to explain what Forex is, what crypto is, what iMarkets Live is. And also, these individuals might have questions for you. And when you're brand new, you may not know the answer. That's why it's so important to be the preview to the movie, to say just enough to get them to a presentation. And so that goes to the next step, which is showing the plan. And so the key to showing the plan is getting an individual to see an entire presentation so they can make an educated decision for themselves. Now, we do different kinds of presentations. We have home events, presentations in someone's home. Hotel events, same thing at a hotel. Zoom webinars, presentations on a webinar. You can have somebody watch a video presentation or a two-on-one. I'm at Starbucks right now. Maybe you and one of the leaders that you're working with sit down with one of your prospects at a Starbucks, right? It doesn't matter how you show the plan, as long as the person that you're sharing the information with sees a full presentation so they can make an educated decision for themselves. Now, success loves speed. And so I always tell people that if we can, we want to condense time frames. I love showing the plan at home events. I love using Zoom webinars because we can show a lot of people the information in a short period of time. Success loves speed. Why would I do 10 one-on-one presentations that take 10 hours when I could do one home event or one Zoom webinar and show 10 people the presentation in 1 hour? That's how you create momentum. A lot of new and excited people joining your organization every single day, going out there and getting results. I want you guys to go on your phone, go on your computer, and Google what is the equation for momentum. What you will find is P equals M times V. Momentum in this business. Momentum equals mass. The amount of people that we expose the presentation to multiplied by speed. How quickly we show them the information. That's how you create momentum. A lot of new and excited people joining your organization every single day. And so keep in mind, also success loves speed because what you do duplicates. If you build your business slow, your team's probably going to build their organization slow. If you go out there and hit P150, P600, P1000 in your first few days, first week, first month, what you do duplicates. People don't do what you say, people do what you do. And they're going to build their team fast and follow the leader as well. And so we went over piquing interest. We went over showing the plan. Before we get into three-way, I want to talk about edification because this is so important. When I was brand new in this industry, I mastered the invitation, saying just enough to get them in front of a presentation, and the edification. Edification is talking really highly about someone or something in order to raise their influence. So what does this mean? And why would you do this? Well, you can see the edification triangle, right? Your friends, your family, they like you and they trust you. But when it comes to business and trading, when you're brand new, they may not have that respect for you yet because, number one, you're brand new. Number two, the relationship might be in the way. They know too much about you. They see you on the same level. And so you always have to use an expert. You always have to use somebody else, right? For me, this is the way that I look at it. If I'm playing 2-on-2 basketball with Michael Jordan and there are only a couple seconds left to win the game, all I'm going to do is pass him the ball and let him do what he already knows how to do. That's exactly how this works as well. And so edification, you're going to talk really highly about the individual that you're working with, maybe before you get them on a three-way call, or maybe before you get them in front of a presentation. Whoever the person is speaking at that event, you're going to edify the person that you're working with. You're going to talk highly about that person. You're going to get them to walk on water because your friend, your family, their perception on the presentation is going to be a direct reflection on what you say about the expert, the person who's actually presenting. If you talk highly about them, the person who's presenting is going to have massive influence and is going to be able to actually influence your friend and help them make a decision. So between you and your friend, there's trust. When you edify the person that you're working with, right? Between your friend, your guest, and the expert, there's going to be respect. And when there's trust and respect, that's when the person's going to want to get involved in business with the entire team. And so an example of edification is saying, before I'm going to get you on a call with one of the top leaders in this entire organization. Now, this is an individual who's had massive success, somebody who has 100% of the information. There's not a single person who could explain the information better than this person. This is somebody who has impacted however many people, right? And get that person to walk on water, edify that person, and now they're going to have massive respect and influence, and they're going to easily be able to help your prospect make a decision. So master edification. This is so important. This is a major key. Now, three-way. You always want to use third party. Like I said, you always want to use other people because oftentimes the relationship is in the way. I got ahead of myself, right? I already said this. Now, you always want to assume the three-way. So after someone sees the presentation, you always want to assume that they're going to want to get on a three-way call. Or you're always going to want to assume that they're going to want to talk to the guest speaker at the end of the event. Always assume, and your results are going to go through the roof. A three-way call or a third-party person at an event should always be used to help when it comes to closing. Let's go over the perfect invite. The perfect invite. So now you're going to know exactly what to say. You know what's funny? How you say something is way more important than what you say. Take a look at this chart that I'm sharing with you guys. Only 7% of communication is the actual words. People always ask me, Cruiser, what do you say in order to invite somebody? But the funny thing is only 7% of communication is words. That means 93% of communication is your tonality and your body language. So it's not, obviously what you say is important, but more importantly is how you say something. And so the law of state transference says whatever you feel, they're going to feel. Well, what does that mean? That means that the 90+% of an invite is your excitement. If you're excited about something, it's the most contagious emotion. People are going to want to know what it is that you know. If you're confident, people only want to follow people who know who they are and where they are going, right? If you have urgency, the more important that you make this information, the more serious that they're going to take this information. And if you have exclusivity, people really want what they cannot have. So I'm telling you guys right now, 90+% of the actual invitation is not the words, it's not what you say. It's your excitement, it's your confidence, it's your urgency, it's your exclusivity. So before you dive into it, you want to make sure that you're in the right state of mind before you start making the invitations. Now that you know exactly how to say it and your energy is everything, let's talk about the words, exactly what to say. We created this step-by-step script. Now this is more of a foundation. You want to be yourself. This is more of a foundation to build off of. But if you did utilize this word for word, I mean, it would work. Every single word is in here for a reason. And I'm going to go over the psychology behind the invite with you guys. So step one is be in a hurry. And so I like to call people. You could text people if you wish to. I like to call because it creates urgency and excitement, and people can hear your voice, your tonality over the phone, right? So I'm going to call someone. And step one is be in a hurry. That looks like this. Hey, what's up? I only have a second to talk. Or, hey, what's up? I only have a second. I'm walking into a meeting. I'm walking into the gym. I'm walking into work. You're busy. You're going places. And the psychology behind this is people want what they can't have, and if you're busy, they can't have your time. And so they're going to respect you more. Number one. Number two, you're creating urgency. And number three, less is more. The less you say, the more curious someone's going to be, the more they're going to want to check out a presentation, and we know that 25% are going to join. The more you say, The more skeptical people typically become, the more questions that they're going to have, the more likely that they are to prejudge. And so when you're saying I only have a second to talk, what you're saying is I don't really have time to answer your questions without saying that, right? Now, step 2 is clear their time. What are you doing tomorrow at 6 o'clock? The date and time of the event, whether it's a live event, or the webinar, whether it's a Zoom webinar. Now, you always want to make sure someone's free, because once they're free first, then they're locked into that time and there's no reason for them to not show up. This is a huge step that most people skip, and it's extremely important. Now, step 3, create value. What's the reason that someone's going to show up to check out the information? I just found, creates a sense of urgency. You just found something. It's exciting. A great way to make extra money, implying people don't have to change anything in their life online. You could do it from home, from your phone. Since you're free, reiterating that they're free and there's no reason for them to not show up, you have to come by my place or check out this webinar so you can see the information for yourself. When I say you have to come by my place, you have to check out this webinar, what I'm doing is I'm creating massive urgency. People don't do what people ask when people ask them to do something. People follow through when you create urgency and you tell them that they need to do something. Now, if they have questions, that's it. If people say yes, they're going to be there, your job is literally done. You don't want to overtalk. Now, if they have questions, remember you told them that you don't want to say too much, right? So if they have questions, you want to plant the seed, give them a little bit, and then tell them that you got to go again. So, hey, what is this about? Blah, blah, blah. What questions? Hey, like I told you, I have to go right now. All I can tell you is that it deals with trading and extra money and making extra money from your phone. Does that sound like something that could help you? The person who asks questions is in control of the conversation. So when they ask me a question, I ask them that question right back. It's more of a visual thing. You have to see it in person. Can I count on you to be there? So when they ask me a question, I'm not going to answer their question, because the reality is if I ask them a question, or if I answer theirs, they're going to ask another and then another and then another, and then eventually they're going to do what? Prejudge, like I said in the first place. So I do answer their question by planting a seed, but really I redirect the conversation by asking a question again. So if they have questions, hey, like I told you, I got to go right now. All I can tell you is it deals with trading and making extra money from your phone. Does that sound like something that you would want to learn more about? Yes? Okay, cool. It's more of a visual thing. You have to see it in person. Can I count on you to be there? Now, they'll usually say yes at that point. And if they still have not said yes, at the end of the day, I will actually take the opportunity away. If they disrespect my time, meaning you already told them that you were in a hurry, you already told them a second time that you had to go, and they're asking you more questions, I'll actually take the opportunity away, because people want what they cannot have. And so I'll say, hey, look, I got to go right now. I need a firm yes or no, because I have 20 other people that want to learn about this information. There's only a few spots left at this home event or on this webinar. All I care is that you at least check it out, because I do not want you to say, why did you not tell me about this? Why did you not tell me about this in the beginning when I'm making money, when I am making money with this? Can I count on you to be there? Now, the key behind this entire thing is that this is called fear of loss. People are more scared to lose something than they are excited to gain something. And so when you take away the opportunity, they're going to be scared to lose it, and that's when they're going to want to check it out for sure. And so you got step 1, be in a hurry. Hey, what's up? I only have a second to talk. I'm walking into the gym right now. Step 2, clear time. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow at 6 o'clock? Make sure that they're free. Step 3, create value. Okay, you're free. Great. I just found a great way to make extra money online. And since you're free tomorrow at 6, you have to come by my place, or you have to jump on this online webinar so you can see the information for yourself. Now, hopefully the conversation ends there. If they do have questions, like I told you, I got to go right now. All I can tell you is that it deals with trading and making extra money from your phone. Does that sound something like you'd be interested in learning more about? Yes? Okay, cool. It's more of a visual thing. You have to see it in person. Can I count on you to be there? And if they don't say yes by that point in time, then take the opportunity away. I got to go right now. I need a firm yes or no. I have 20 other people that want to learn about this. There's only a few spots left. All I care is that you at least check it out. I don't want you to ask me, why did you not tell me about this in the first place when I'm making money with this? Can I count on you to be there. I guarantee you guys, if you are going through your list and you're using this invitation right here, the amount of people that are going to actually show up is going to go through the roof. Remember when I had you guys make a list in the beginning? This is why. When people tell me that they want to hit the first rank, Platinum 150, making an extra residual of $150 a month, this is how it's broken down. I say, listen, if you make a list of 30 individuals and you use PS3 properly, peak interest, show the plan, three-way, what's going to happen is about half of them are going to check out the information. If you get 15 people to see the presentation, about 3 are going to get started. 2 out of 10, right? Under promise, over deliver. At least 2 out of 10. Boom. If you have 3 people in your organization, you're now Platinum 150. We've helped a lot of people hit the rank of Platinum 1000. And so this is how Platinum 1000 is broken down. So if you have a list of 100 to 150 people and you utilize PS3 and half of them check out the information, about 75 people, guess what? 2 out of 10 join. That means you just personally enrolled 15 brand new individuals into your organization. You already smashed Platinum 600 just off of the people that you personally enrolled. Out of those 15 individuals who are on your team, I'm going to be honest with you. Can I be real with you guys? 5 are going to fall off. 5 are going to become customers. They're just going to want to trade. And then 5 are going to be your builders. Those 5 people who want to build, guess what we're going to teach them? We're going to teach them how to go out and smash Platinum 150, how to invite 30, how to use PS3, have 15 see the information, and have 3 get started. If you help 5 people smash Platinum 150, you help 5 people go out there and build a team of at least 3, plus the original people that you personally brought in out of your list of 100 to 150, you're going to have about 30 people in your organization. You're going to be a Platinum 1000. And so that is it, guys. That is the PS3 system. This is the system that I utilize to go out there and smash a full-time income and create financial freedom for myself. Now, the one thing I'll tell you is a trained team is a paid team. So if you have teammates, if you have other people that are in your organization, it's not about what you know. It's about how many people on your team know the same information as you. So teach this to your team. The last thing is, if some people are going to get better results, some people are going to get not as good results, because at the end of the day, this is a skill set. But what's beautiful about this is something that you can develop. For me personally, I was a naturally introverted person. I did not know how to talk to people, and this was a skill set, something that I learned. So if you have the desire to learn how to actually go out there and influence people, which is one of the #1 paid skill sets in the entire world, I highly recommend diving into personal development, reading the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is the first book I ever read in my entire life when it comes to personal development. And I'll tell you guys what, it changed. Once I read this book, everything changed. This is how I learned how to actually influence people and how to get them to, how I became an influencer, literally, how I became able to influence other individuals. And if you want to do the same thing, I guarantee you, if you read this book, it will change your life 100%. That's it, guys. That is the PS3 system. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram name is Cruiser the Creator. And so looking forward to meeting each and every single one of you guys. I'll talk to you guys all soon. All right.